Okay, hi ladies. Thanks for getting on this webinar. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes to text your friends, get them on the call, grab a pen, pencil, notebook, whatever you need. Okay, let's kick this off. My name is Sarah Sullivan. I'm 18 years old. I'm from Reno, Nevada originally. Now I'm at Oregon State as a freshman, building my team up here. So about 2 years ago, my dad introduced me to this business, and he is a very smart businessman. He was a financial advisor and a stockbroker, and now he's a very successful entrepreneur. So we had a relationship that was very trustworthy. So I went into this, pretty open-minded, and he got me on a Skype call with about 6 or 7 people, with Emily McCullough and my mentor now, Patrick Comer, and a couple other people. And I listened to their concepts. I heard their mindset and saw what their whole lifestyle was about, and I was hooked instantly. In high school, I never had one clique. I never had one group that I spent all my time with. And when I hung out with people, I was always the one to say, like, let's go on an adventure, or, let's do this. And, I had a very independent mindset, and I was always very different with the way that I thought. And so when I met these people on this Skype call and introduced this business to me, I was literally jumping with excitement, and this opportunity that you can be financially stable in 5 years instead of 45, and that the way that you do it is by helping other people while you're consuming healthy products and getting fit. That to me was, the whole package, health, wealth, skill set, and time freedom all in one. I didn't really see anything else in life that I could ever want. So the Alliance, for those of you guys who don't know, is a community of young, successful, fitness-minded, health-conscious, wealthy people That's it. It's simple as that. So there's two things I wanted to talk mainly about in tonight's webinar. And the first is how to create confidence. So confidence is really important. You know, big part of this business is your attitude. And a huge part of attitude is your confidence. And so I summed up, you know, everything that I could think of, and I put it into two ways to create confidence. Okay, so the first one is be educated. I just heard this the other day. Michael Sotero had a skill set the other day, and he said, education equals confidence. If you don't have knowledge, then you're not going to have confidence. You know, in the Alliance, we don't sell. We're not selling other people. We are simply educating them. We're informing them on an opportunity. And you can't educate other people if you're not educated. You know, if I asked you, what's network marketing, just in general? If I asked you, what's leveraged income? What's residual income? You know, you can't just understand the business. You have to understand the industry too. And network marketing is the second highest paid industry in the world. That's the kind of stuff that you need to know. If people ask you, oh, well, what's network marketing? You need to be able to say things like that. You need to understand. And if you don't know what it is, then you need to at least know the links to the webinars and the websites. You know, you have people here, you have a team here. That's what the Alliance is we teach the information for you. If you're just getting started and you don't know the information, then that's okay. But be connected on the Facebook page. Let the other people tell the info for you. You know, and if you don't know the information yourself, and if you're just getting started, then read a book, you know, listen to an audio, you know, something that's going to help you understand this business and understand the industry. So business of the 21st century. Go watch Rise of the Entrepreneur. There's Jim Rohn audios that you can listen to. You know, that way when people say, oh, this is a pyramid scheme, like, I'm not going to do that. My dad tried that. My dad tried network marketing and it didn't work and stuff. And that way, you're not going to fall into what the world wants you to believe. You're not going to believe them. If you're educated, you're going to be like, actually, pyramid schemes are illegal in the US. That's a fact. But if you don't know that, then you might say, oh my gosh, oh no, what if this is a pyramid scheme? You don't want to fall into that. You know, we're here to be the educators. And if people think that and you're educated, then you can let them move on and, you know, go to the next person and say, it's okay, it's not for everybody, and move forward. The second way I came up with to create confidence is simply to show it. The more you show, the more you will really have it. Okay, the more confidence that you show, the more you'll actually have it. In Nevada, when I first tried to grow my business, I didn't follow the system. I didn't know about the system. I didn't connect with my uplines, my mentors. You know, I kind of just flew solo and tried to do my own thing, which is exactly what you're not supposed to do. And in that process, I didn't get typical results. You know, I didn't get 2 yeses out of 10 or 3 yeses out of 10. I got 100 no's out of 100. You have to follow the system. Use your uplines and use your mentors. They know what they're talking about, and they're the ones who are going to set you up with your step-to-step process, like the journey, you know? So it's really important to be connected. You know, the second I called Patrick Comer, he showed me the system, and that's what's made all the difference to me getting here. But anyways, after getting all of those, you know, no's, at that point, I had lost my confidence and original excitement, and I had to figure out how to boost myself up again. In order to do that, I had to do things to convince myself that I was a boss, you know. I had to, you know, you have to make yourself believe that you're going to make this work. And if you believe it, then you actually will. You're not lying to yourself. So for me, I had to wake up in the mornings and walk up to the mirror and say, Sarah, you're a leader. No one is going to stop your grind. And I would say things like that twice a day, every single day. And in Think and Grow Rich, there's a chapter called Auto-Suggestion. And what it's saying is that the more that your conscious mind says, your subconscious will eventually believe it. So if you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror every day and you say, this week is going to be a great week, and you say that every single day, or you say 2015 is going to be my year, then eventually it will go into your subconscious mind because your conscious mind has been saying it so much. So that's a great way to create confidence, you know, is just by practicing that every single morning. Some days you have to walk down the street with a higher chin. You want to create an era, you want to create a feeling of constant confidence so that when it comes time to present the business, that confidence isn't going to leave you. You know, you got to walk around every single day and you got to say, I am running my own business and I'm a young, successful leader. And if you think that all the time, then by the time you're presenting it, nothing's going to go away. You're still going to feel that same way. So sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone to become more confident. For me, I hate raising my hand in class first. When the teacher asks the question, it's funny, when the teacher asks the question in class and there's like that awkward pause for, 2 minutes and it's just total silence and nobody wants to answer the question. I practiced. I said, okay, I'm going to be that first person. And I would raise my hand and answer the question. And I kid you not, the second that I raise my hand and give my answer, there's 5 or 6 people, their hands just shoot up. Why? Because people follow leaders, not followers. Anyways, so find your thing, find your personal thing, whether it's looking in the mirror or sitting up straighter in class or buying higher heels, whatever it is that's your thing, go and do that to give yourself that confident era and just know that you're a boss and practice it every single day. As women, I think confidence is a huge thing to focus on. We're known as the sex with lower self-esteem. And in the Alliance, it's our job as a woman to really overcome that. And I was looking at a picture on Instagram, and there's this woman with stilettos and this dress, and the picture had a quote on it, and it said, walk like you have 3 men walking behind you. And it sounds weird, but some days you really just have to visualize that, and when it comes down to it, you will get so comfortable in your confidence to show the business that eventually your confidence is going to leave you less and less and less. So my second thing that I wanted to talk about was how to develop rhino skin. And really that just goes hand in hand with confidence. It's just how to be tough. This business is tough. It's fun and it's worth it, more than worth it. But it is tough, The difference between people that succeed in this business versus people who fail is determined a lot by who looks at mistakes and no's as failures and who looks at them as lessons, okay? So people learn way more from rejection and failure than from acceptance and success. And when I started, like I said, in Nevada, I got 100 no's. And I got to a point where those no's didn't affect me anymore. They had no impact. Getting a no did not make my day any worse. And then the other thing is, if you get 100 no's, and you're not going to unless you don't follow the system, but when you do get no's, every no is more practice. Imagine how good you're going to be when you have 100 no's. Imagine how good you will be at presenting the business, and like we talked about a couple weeks ago, every no gets you closer to a yes. We're looking for aces in this business, not just anybody. So 3s, 7s, and 9s are going to walk in the door and they're going to walk right back out. And then you're going to find your ace and it's all going to be worth it. I just watched a video yesterday of Anthony Cometa. And he said, you have to become emotionally detached from your nose. And that means that if you become emotionally detached from your nose, it will have such a tiny impact on you that it literally won't affect your business at all. You know, when somebody tells you no, just smile. Seriously, let them leave. You know, be polite, don't be rude, but the second that they're out the door, think, who's next in line? Like, who's up next? You know, that's rhino skin to me. And Michael Sotero said in his skill set webinar, he said, treat the person like they're the next presidential, but act like they're quitting tomorrow. You can't fall in love with potential. Sometimes I feel like we, pinpoint certain people and we're like, oh, this person would be so good. Like, this person would be perfect at this business. And then this person over to the side is like, I'm going to show it to him because he's okay with watching the video, but he probably won't join. And I think that's interesting because I have seen it more times than not where, people who join are not the people that you would have predicted. It's the quiet, introverted kid that you never thought would ever be interested in this kind of thing. Oftentimes they're like, yeah, I want to do this. And then other people who we think would be so great at it, something gets in the way. Maybe it's their ego, or maybe it's how they were raised, it could be anything, but they don't understand the concept. So you never know. You should always be open to talking to everybody about this, because the ones who seem quiet and introverted, if they have the vision, they could be your one game changer that becomes, like I said, the next presidential. So those were my two focuses. And just a side note, you guys are all more than welcome to message me on Facebook so we can, connect up or get to know each other or share the vision, whatever it is. You're more than welcome to message me after the call. Anyways, thanks for getting on, and thank you, Amanda, for letting me hop on tonight, and have a great week, boss babes.